Yeah. So, dear students, it gives me great pleasure in inviting Mr. Rohit Saraogi. He is Director, Program Management and Control, AECOM, and has a vast experience in the field of managing large infrastructure projects and programs spread across project planning, monitoring and control, program management, PMO setup, budgeting and cost control, risk management, project management, contracts, schedules, cost analysis, and project planning softwares. So it is a great pleasure to have you come and speak with our students and share your experience about how program management techniques are being used for urban development and how urban development is acing up because of these techniques, and what role can urban managers play in having these kinds of skills with them and be a part of the urban development story of our country. So I welcome you to this great session, and I hope our students will listen to the great insights. And if you have any questions, you can put up on the chat. And towards the end, we would be happy to take it up with Mr. Rohit. So, Rohit sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mercy. Thank you once again. Shows I will be coming on. I think I will start my video.
Yeah.
Right. Am I visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Good evening to all the faculty members, participants, students, and other people who have joined the program. So I will start by sharing my slide. Right. So am I visible? The slides are visible?
Yes, visible.
Right. Chalo. Thank you, Dr. Masi, once again. So at the onset, let me thank the Faculty of Management, SET Ahmedabad, for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences with all of you. So I have around 26 years of, so this is brief about me. I have around 26 years of experience in project and programs, spread across lot of infrastructure projects. This 26 year includes 8 years in Dholera Smart City program. Dholera is part of a success story. Dholera is one of the biggest development coming up in this country, and I have been associated with Dholera as part of program management team. So you can briefly go through my credentials. They are on your screen. I understand my voice and presentation, everything is very clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I have been teaching project and program management, and it's part of my hobby. And I also do conduct a lot of consultancy works for organizations who want assistance in setup of PMO, program management setup, project management consultancy. And I have been associated with Project Management Institute, that is our parent body, PMI USA, which offers a certification called as PMP, that is Project Management Professional. So this gives you a lot of insight into project and program management. And that's about me. Let's move to the presentation. Yeah. So this is what I have planned about. The whole outline which I'm planning in this session of around 1 hour, which has been given. So we will have around 45 minutes of presentation, followed by 15 minutes of question and answer. That's what my plan is. So this is the outline of the slides or slide deck, which I am planning to share with you. So we will go to NIC DIT background, smart city planning, major challenges in smart city planning, Then we will touch briefly upon project versus program management and program management implementation. So one of the basic idea of this whole presentation is lot of you students and lot of participants in this program, including faculty members, they are well versed with project management techniques. However, lately with such huge kind of developments, smart city programs, large infrastructure programs, big railway programs, big metro programs, there is a clear distinction between project and program management implementation. And I would like to take you through how urban development can benefit through program management techniques. That's the whole idea of today's presentation program. We will go through those slides later, but that's the whole idea, that we will briefly touch upon Dholera, NICDIT background, smart city planning, and what challenges we face in such huge development like smart cities, and how we should overcome that using program management techniques. That's the whole idea. Because India lately has started with lot of major urban development programs. Earlier, there used to be simple projects which used to be developed using simple project management techniques. However, lately, large size infrastructure programs like Dholera, other smart cities, big ports, big airports, big metro programs, or even let us say bullet train program between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. So they require specific kind of techniques. So we will touch upon those techniques, and this is the brief outline. So let us start with NIC program, that is National Industrial Corridor Program. Any one of you, did you hear about NICDC program? You're all, I understand, postgraduate students in Faculty of Management. Any one of you, have you heard about this program? It's on your screen. Anyone? Okay. So basically, there is a program called as National Industrial Corridor Program. I would like to make it interactive session, and in between also you can stop me. We will have a question answer session towards the end. However, when I am asking somebody or asking you for any questions, you can reply in between. So did any one of you hear about this program being implemented in the country? Yeah, Navida.
Yeah, so I have heard about the program. I mean, the corridor that passes through Mumbai, and I actually heard about the proposal for it when I was a trainee for Lee Associates. So the planning for NINA notified area was happening around this corridor, is what I understand.
Right. Good. Very good. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you, Navida. So basically, we will go back to the program, National Industrial Corridor Program. So there is a trust called as National Industrial Corridor Development Implementation Trust, which is called as NICDIT. So under NICDIT, there are 11 corridors proposed in India. These corridors will be engine of economic growth. They will bring huge growth in our country. So I'm going very slow so that you understand. I've put up a lot of pictures so that you are clear. So 5 of those proposed corridors, 5 of those 11 corridors which are proposed, I have shown on this slide. Can you see them? So there's a, as Navida has pointed out, the program started with Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. She has talked about Mumbai, which is part of Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. There is a Mumbai Bangalore Economic Corridor. You can see from Mumbai to going right up to Bangalore. There is Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor. You can see from in the northern area going up to the eastern part of the country towards Calcutta. There is a Chennai Bangalore Industrial Corridor, which is in the south. And then you can see dotted lines towards east coastal side, which is Chennai Vizag Industrial Corridor, right? So there are 11 proposed corridors. In this map, I have only shown 5 of them. However, in the next slide, we'll see other corridors also. Right. So now you can see 11 corridors, right? These are the 11 corridors which are being implemented. They are under different stages. There is a good development which has happened in Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, and a lot of works are being implemented under other corridors also. So you can see there are many projects under different phases being implemented in these 11 corridors. These corridors basically cover the whole country, and these corridors will basically form a feeder to the smart cities which are being developed around these corridors. So you can see, you can read in the slide, the primary objective of NICDIT is to establish greenfield smart cities with sustainable plug-and-play infrastructure and ICT utilities. Where will be these smart cities be implemented? They will be implemented around in the vicinity of these corridors, so that these corridors become your feeder. These will be feeders. These cities will feed to these corridors, and these corridors will help in the movement of goods, transport, and services. So, yeah. So now let us go to one of these corridors. We have been talking about, so basically we have talked about NICDICT. There are 11 corridors under implementation at different stages. So let us take one corridor so that you understand the whole concept. The one corridor which is under advanced stage of implementation and which is specific to your interest because of Dholera. Dholera is near to Ahmedabad, around 95 to 100 kilometers from Ahmedabad, and your institute is at Ahmedabad. So this is that corridor, Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. It's a global investment destination. There is a dedicated freight corridor, approximately 1500 kilometers, that starts from the northern part and goes up to Maharashtra, Mumbai. So this corridor forms the backbone. And what are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Can anybody guess? I have shown you DMIC corridor. I have shown you where it starts and goes up to Mumbai. It passes through Gujarat. You can see it on your map. You can see Dholera at nearby 6. So what are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Anyone?
Cities.
Yes, please.
Industrial belts.
Okay, industrial areas, yes. Okay, what else? Anybody else? It's there on your slide. You can read it and reply. So basically, there are 7 industrials and smart cities, around 8 to 7 to 8 smart cities planned around these Industrial Corridor. We are just talking about DMIC, that is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, which is one of the 11 industrial corridors being implemented under different stages. So as I told you, we will be talking about one of the industrial corridor, that is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. So these are the 8 cities or smart cities or industrial areas, industrial zones, which are being developed around this DMIC corridor. Can you see Dholera there? Dholera is at 6. A lot of portion of industrial corridor is passing through Gujarat, and Dholera is near that point 6. So this DMIC is Navida, thank you. These are smart cities. Yes, Navida, these are 7 to 8 smart cities planned around this corridor, right? So this corridor covers around 7 states and 24 investment regions and industrial areas. The plan is to develop sustainable, smart, and industrial cities with world-class infrastructure in these 8 points which you have shown on this map: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right. So now let's go to Dholera. I'm going slow. Any questions till now? So you can see Dholera is planned in Gujarat around 95 to 100 kilometers from Ahmedabad, and which is one of the 8 planned cities in DMIC corridor. DMIC is again only one of the corridor which is in advanced stage of implementation among the 11 proposed corridors. Dholera Smart City is the largest node. Again, the important point is among those 8 points which I have shown you, Dholera is the largest node in the DMIC corridor, that is Dholera Mumbai Industrial, Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor. Now you can see. Can you see now? So you will see that around 58% of Gujarat is covered under DMIC influence area. So a lot of portion passes through Gujarat and then goes up to Mumbai. In Gujarat, the planned smart city is Dholera, which you can see in your map as point number 6. Right. So now how is Dholera connected? We will talk about connectivity. What have you heard about Dholera? Any ideas about connectivity? Anyone? I will slowly get it to those connectivity points, but any one of you have heard about what are the connectivities, what are the transportation mechanism planned for Dholera? Yes, please. Any participant? Because you are at Ahmedabad and you are in vicinity of Dholera, you must have heard some development taking place in Dholera, some connectivity items. Yes, please. Okay, so let me put it up. Dholera is near to Ahmedabad. This is the existing and planned dedicated freight corridor, right? This is an expressway as well as a metro is planned from Ahmedabad to Dholera. Can you say it? Ahmedabad to Dholera. There is an expressway as well as a metro planned between Dholera and Ahmedabad. The expressway is already under implementation. These are the existing ports. See, why I'm showing this slide is for any smart city development, one of the important aspects of city development is its connectivity. If it is away from any main city, or it's away from any main railway line, or is it away from the existing transportation infrastructure, how far is it from the planned DFC, that is dedicated freight corridor? How it will be connected through expressways and national highways? So this slide will tell you about the development. Now you can see. Dholera is, this is how the ports are. There are ports at Mundla, Kandla, Dahej, Hajira, Pipavav. You can also see there's an expressway and metro plant between Dholera and Ahmedabad. These are the rails, proposed rail lines. These are the air connectivities, which is Surat is there, Vadodara is there. There is an international airport planned for Dholera. This will become second international airport near to Ahmedabad. So we will have two airports, Dholera and Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is an existing airport with domestic and international terminals. Dholera will also soon have its own international airport, right? So you can see air, you can see road, you can see express highway, you can see metro connection between Ahmedabad and Dholera. You can see what are the nearby ports, right? So this is about Dholera. So Dholera, the area planned under, as I told you, Dholera is the largest node planned under Dholera DMIC corridor. Among the 8 points, 8 smart cities, 8 nodes, what I have been showing you under DMIC, Dholera is the largest node. It has got around 920 square kilometer area, out of which 422 square kilometer is developable. On the right hand side, that is very near to sea. Those areas are not developable. So out of the 920 square kilometers allotted for Dholera, 422 square kilometers are developable. So this is a tentative development plan. Again, I'm telling you, tentative development plan. And this whole Dholera, this is the likely phasing plan. So you cannot develop whole of 422 square kilometer together. So the city will be developed, the whole node will be developed slowly. So this is out of 920 square kilometers, 422 square kilometer is developable. In that 422 square kilometer, there are phasing plans. So you can see there's a town planning 1, there's town planning 2. And nobody can develop 422 square kilometer together. So there is a phasing plan, and the area which is being started, which is under implementation, is called as activation area, which you can see in that blue. The whole development is starting from there, right? So this is that 22.5 square kilometer, which I have shown you. If we go back to slide, you can see current development, which is around 22.5. This is activation area. Out of that 400 odd square kilometers, 22.5 square kilometer area is being implemented at first stage, in the first stage of development. Right? The approximate land use distribution and tentative area plan is shown here. Okay. So now going back to the participants, why do you think we are only developing 22.5 square kilometer? Anyone?
facing the
Pardon?
as per the phasing plan, we are developing the first area.
Why phasing plan? Why phasing is required?
For financially planning investments in the area, we require and
Right.
if
Very
this
good.
has good progress, we can continue with the second phase.
Right. Very good. Your name, please?
Shiva Subramanian.
Yeah, Shiva. Thank you, Shiva. So basically, yes, Shiva is partly right. For such a huge development, you require money. And basically, the concept is you will start developing, you will put up industries, you will put up smart cities, you will, lot of industries will come up, lot of inputs will come up, and that's how the city will start growing. Then you will go and expand. That's the whole idea. Even a city like Singapore is very small. It started with small area and now it has grown big. So that's how the whole development takes place. So these are the typical components of smart city. Any smart city. So what have we done so far? We have started with NICDID. We have seen 11 corridors. What are the proposed corridors? Among the corridors, we have seen Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. We have discussed how Dholera is placed under DMIC. We have discussed DMIC corridor passes through 7 states and have got 8 proposed nodes. Dholera is the largest node. Then we have discussed Dholera's connectivity. We have discussed what's the total area developed, being developed, developable. And in the first phase, we are developing around 22.5 square kilometers. This is how we have discussed and we have evolved in our slides. So now going back to any smart city component, there are typical smart city components are roads. In the smart, there's smart infrastructure, there's smart governance, there's improved lifestyle, there is, see, everybody defines his own way. I'm talking about some basic important pillars of any smart city. Any smart city components consist of smart infrastructure, smart governance, improved lifestyle, livable community, economic opportunities. You can put it in different ways. Some people will call it 7 pillars. So basically these 5 circles cover most of the areas of any smart city. So smart infrastructure, roads, water, waste management, transportation, they consist of all this, right? And this is how it looks like in Dholera. You can have improved lifestyle, urban, that is urban planning, street guidance, local area planning. Then you have livable community, neighborhood parks, community centers. So I think, do you have a smart city subject or smart city components in your syllabi? As part of your master's program, do you have all this?
Yeah, we do have these in the studio as part of missions. We cover the smart city missions and the details of how it is working, the projects that are undertaken.
Okay, good. That's good. We should, in the present age, we should have basic idea of smart cities. What are the smart components? So basically, we are going through some of the smart components of any smart city. That is smart infrastructure, smart governance, improved lifestyle, livable community, and economic opportunities. There is a community planning, that is work. Actually, we have limited time. I cannot go through all these slides. I have a lot of slides. And the topic which I want to cover is basically how program management techniques can be used for better development of urban infrastructure. These are all part of any smart city. This requires a specific other training module. I would request Professor Sam to conduct some other program so that we can cover all these things in detail, right?
Sure, sure, sure.
So basically, we will touch upon all these 5 parameters. Yeah. So now I have run through them very fast because I have only 45 minutes, and then there's a 15 minutes of question and answer. I could have given much more, but then we will have some other session as discussed with Professor. So what are the typical components? I have covered smart city basics, talked something about dedicated freight corridor. We have talked about Dholera. We have talked about how Dholera is connected. We have talked about what are the basic pillars of any smart city. So now these are the typical smart city projects. In any smart city development, you will have roads and associated services. You will have power supply and distribution. You will have potable water system. You will have industrial water system. You will have waste water management, community parks, rail, metro, and airport, sustainability projects like waste management projects, solid waste management. You will have smart city intelligent components like telephoning, fiber, network, internet, control, and command center, ERP, and smart centers. So project management versus program management. Now I would like to hear from you people. Do you have a course in project management? Professor, do they have any courses in project management?
Yes, sir. They do have a course on project management.
Right. So the traditional way of managing all these projects till now in our country was using project management techniques. See, each one of them, what I have shown you in the slide, is an independent project. These are some of the major projects which are required to complete a smart city. These are some 10 to 12 major areas. There may be other, but these are the major ones. So you have been taught project management as part of your syllabi. So traditionally, we have been doing all these projects using project management techniques. So project management is basically planning, directing, and controlling activities and resources to complete a project within 3 legs of project management. That is scope, schedule, and cost. I'm sure this has been taught to you. But then what is program management? The whole purpose of this presentation. Anyone? I would like to hear from anyone, any participant. Have you heard about program management? Yes, I understand you have been taught project management. But then what about program management? Yes, please. Anyone, any vague idea or any small idea? Anyone? So what are these small project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4, project 5, project 6, these small spheres you can see. And just going back to the previous slide, I have shown you any smart city component will have majority of this 10 to 12 projects. So those 12 to 10 to 12 projects, I have taken a sample. I have just shown you around 6. So these are those projects, individual projects. One of them can be roads, one of them can be water treatment plant, one of them can be sewer treatment plant, one of them can be power substations, one of them can be ICT. So just to show you an example, these are 5 to 6 independent projects which are required for smart city implementation. So you know project management is to complete each of this project within their scope, schedule, and cost. That is the 3 legs of project management. Then what is program management? Any vague idea? Anybody? Okay. Program management is coordinated implementation of multiple projects. See, again, I told you that such large programs, such large infrastructure programs, they require multiple projects to be implemented. We just saw in the previous slide, a smart city project consists of multiple projects. A smart city program consists of multiple projects, and each one of them is independent. So program management is different from project management. It is coordinated implementation of multiple projects to reach better outcome through integrated support, planning, prioritization, execution, and management services. So basically, once you use it, yeah, I can see one hand. Navida. Yeah, Navida, thank you. Coordinating the completion of these projects with government bodies. Yes, Navida is right. Basically, project management technique is being used for management of one project. So what is that one project can be? One project can be water treatment plant. One project can be, project 2 can be sewer treatment plant. Project 3 can be ICT. Project 4 can be power and substations. What is program management then? Program management is coordinated implementation of these multiple projects. So for such huge development where 10 to 12 projects are being undertaken simultaneously or in different phases or in phased out timelines, program management is the technique to be used. So I would request Professor, because project management is already being taught in your syllabus, program management should also be taken up. Right. So what is project versus program management? This slide will explain you easily. What are these spheres? I showed you these spheres are nothing but independent projects under one smart city. Then what is program management? Can you see it now? There, all the 7 to 8 to 10 to 12 projects were taken independently. And now they are being taken up in a coordinated way under one umbrella, under one circle. Earlier they were independent. Now they are part of one coordinated effort. So program management saves money and time, allows client management to focus on critical issues. It helps the program owner, the organizations, to meet schedule and budget constraints. So going back, these were the simple projects. They were all independent. And once you go to program management, they all become part of one coordinated efforts. So program management approach basically requires standardization. It's more about policies and procedures which are spread across the program. There is consistency across all the projects so that we can reap the benefits of consistency, project learnings. There's a governance, there are technical innovations, there are value engineering, and leveraging economies of scale. Standardization policies and procedures are very important aspects of any program management, so that each project can be standardized. I think I have a lot of slides. So basically, one of the slide I can show you here is, see, when you are making such a huge development, all your different projects which are listed on the left hand side, they need not be implemented at one time. So one of the important aspects of program management is managing the procurement and phasing of various projects. You can see that ICT, some projects have to be started in the earlier part, that is roads and services, administrative building, while potable water and power can start slightly later. Then you can see ICT and rail and metro can start at a later stage. So these project implementation timelines, which are at very higher level, they show you that all the projects need not start at a one time. While what happens in project management, all are independent. Each person or project management manager is interested only in his individual project. They will start their project, which is not good for the owner. You have to plan the different projects at different time. This can be done only through program management techniques using a PMO setup, where the PMO knows, the program manager knows when the project needs to be started. All the project need not be taken at a same time. There are different phasing required. This saves you time, effort. Resources can be utilized. Resources can be duplicated. You can have the optimum resource utilization. You can have control over the cash flow. There are a lot more advantages of program management. So through this slide, I'm trying to show you that how phasing can give better control over projects. Integration of stakeholders. In one smart city development, there are multiple stakeholders who are involved. There's a program sponsor, there's a PMO, which is part of the program management office. There are funding agencies, there are central and state and regulatory agencies, there are contractors, there are state nodal agencies, and the program sponsors. To manage, see, what will happen is there are 8 to 10 projects going on. Project sponsors, program sponsors, let us say there are 10 contractors. You can see contractors as one of the important stakeholders. 10 to 12 contractors are working under for different projects, which we have shown you earlier. But there's an agency required, there's a program management office, there's a program management technique required, which can become a single agency to talk to these contractors and then streamline the information to sponsors, funding agencies, regulatory agencies. Once each project manager starts talking independently to all these agencies, it becomes difficult to manage such kind of development. Hence, for such kind of bigger developments, large size developments, you require program management techniques are better. Other implementation challenges in such large development which can be used or solved through program management techniques is integration of contractors, integration cash flows and its management, project reporting and program reporting, awareness and standardization of softwares. So basically, this is another slide which I have prepared this morning only, so that you understand what's the difference between, you must have heard a lot of words called as program, project, portfolio. You are taught only project management. The basic challenge with the country is most of the, sorry.
We lost the slide, it seems.
Yeah, again, I'm sharing it. Yeah. Can you see it now? Yeah. Students and are mostly taught or taught about project management. That is managing the independent project within cost, scope, and risk and schedule. Lot of institutions, lot of project management courses, they talk only about at project management level. That is the innermost circle. But that's not all. That's why I have been propagating about program management and portfolio management. For a big organization, for such developments, project management is only the smaller circle, that is independent projects. When you are having multiple projects, when you are managing multiple projects, then program management technique is required. That is program management, that is process, PMO. Uh, and even beyond program management, there is something called as portfolio. Let us take an example of an organization which is into multiple programs. There are good organizations in the country who have 8 to 10 verticals. Each one of them is program. Like, let us take an organization which is having portfolios with 10 programs. Let us say airports, railways, roads, powers and substations. These are their portfolios. So at portfolio level, you talk about business goal and strategy. That is at the corporate level. Then under this portfolio, you can have multiple programs. Each program can be, which I told you, they can have multiple programs. Let us talk about Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor. You can have 10 programs, or we have seen 8 programs. Dholera is only one of the program. And under each program, you can have 10 to 12 projects. We have seen in one smart city program, you require typically 10 to 15 projects. So you have project is only bothered about its own schedule, cost, risk, and scope. But when you're talking about multiple projects, program management techniques and portfolio management are to be used. These are just some of the slides you can read through. I'm not going to talk about, and I think you can read through it. Yeah, participants can read through it. What is project management and program management? I'm leaving this slide for 2 minutes so that you can go through. I will not go through each of the point, but you can have a good idea. What's the difference between project management and program management? Yeah. So I have run through some of the slides. These are some of the references which I have used for preparation and yeah. So that's all about today. We had limitation of around 45 to 50 minutes. I am almost on the time. So we have 5 minutes, around 5 to 7 minutes left for question and answer.
Yeah, Shiva, you had a question?
Sir, I just wanted to know about AECOM and what work does AECOM do in these sectors?
Right. AECOM is basically a program management consultancy firm. AECOM is a global consultancy firm which offers program management services. They are little into project management consulting also, but as I told you, program management is the way out when you manage multiple projects like smart city and large infrastructure development programs. So AECOM is never into construction. They set up because clients have limited staff today nowadays. So they on part of any developer or on behalf of government or on behalf of organizations, they set up the PMO, which is Program Management Office, and they manage the whole program. This includes all the services start from designing, award of the contracts, overseeing the contractors, and closing the projects. The work is still done by the contractors. They become the layer between the developers and the contractors and offer program management consulting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anybody else? So, Rohitji, I want to understand that what is the USP of Dholera? I mean, why is it so critically positioned that the government is putting a lot of interest in making Dholera very well connected development?
Okay. So as we discussed, the whole of those 11 corridors started with DMIC, the first corridor that is between Delhi and Mumbai. And Dholera was the largest node among those 8 nodes in the DMIC corridor. Dholera, the biggest USP of Dholera is its large size, which I told you in the beginning. So the industries which requires large size of plots can easily approach Dholera. Dholera is also very well connected, and you have seen that all the connectivity issues have been taken up. All connected infrastructures are being under implementation, all connectivity infrastructures. And Dholera has the unique advantage of having large land parcels, which allows bigger industries, bigger players to come to Dholera and set up their industries.
Okay. Yeah, anybody else? I think the concept of program management is new to them. They haven't actually gone through this thing in their curriculum. So
No
that-
issues. That's why I wanted to introduce them to
Yeah.
program management, because project management I have been teaching, but now when management of such large infrastructure has to be taken up, you require program management techniques. I would request SEPT and professor to
Yeah.
have, I would certainly love to extend one session, because today we have run very fast on the limited time availability.
Right.
The detailed concept, detailed program management, and how it can be used, I would certainly, it requires 2 to 3 hours of sessions. So I would request some time that you can go through. I have a lot of slides and a lot of knowledge which can be shared.
Right.
Right. So,
Definitely. So since we don't have any questions, so we approach the close of the session. So thank you, Rohitji, for taking time out and sharing these insights with our students. We look forward to engage with you further in program management and project management, definitely.
right. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you, Dr. Mercy. And thank you all the participants for taking out your time. And I understand that at least I have shared an overview of how program management, I have started with a smart city and how program management can be used. So this is just an overview program. We can sometime in the future discuss a lot more detailed program. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
participant. Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Percy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.